Call Haloyim La Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah Bahashem Rakat Kodash. I want to give a double honors to the apostles and elders that prophesied in Ruel for the hopeful 144 and the 1/3 of Yasharallah, who this world refers to as Israel, starting at the house of great millstone. Shalom to you, Akim, who teach and learn in sincerity. Shalom to the Akwith, who learn in sincerity. It is your brother, Kanan. And this will be a quick hit, a little testimony. I got the inspiration through the Rakat Kodash, the Wadi Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah, and also through Elder Hawad of North Carolina, who did the video, Wisdom of the Bible Should Be What You Desire. And Adawan Ratazah, that's Lord willing, I will leave the link. Now, if you take the time to watch this video, or you have, and then you listen to my testimony, you'll think that either I listened to this video and I took warning from him, or that's just how the spirit works. I went through this situation, and his video it covers every step of the point that I went through. So I just wanted to do this testimony and do my little response back. A real quick hit. Lord willing, edifying the body. Yasharah. Okay. This is the book of Isaiah 33:6. And wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy time. The stability. See, look, without wisdom, you cannot navigate through what's coming. You can't. All issues of man are of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah. So he is giving this wisdom to his election, his 144 and his 1/3 of Yasharallah, to navigate them through all the stumbling blocks, you want to say, that are coming at us, the Satan's fiery darts. Okay, you're gonna need that wisdom. Okay, and strength of salvation, and the fear of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai is his treasure. Okay, so this wisdom, what it does, it makes us think before we react. It takes away the emotional. See, wisdom was given to men, not to the woman. So that's why you got all these little Pookies and Ray Rays out here that are raised by Big Shirley's, Keisha's, savages that react, shoot first, ask questions, shoot first and think later. It ain't even ask questions, shoot first and think while you sitting in a prison cell. Okay, then think about it, then stop and adjust and wonder why. But it's too little too late. So this wisdom will stop these situations from occurring, and when they occur, they give you the correct out. Okay, so my testimony goes as I'm on the plantation, and y'all won't believe, but I landscape. I cut this very small strip of grass because I just came off a field. Now, first of all, I have to give you guys a heads up. I cut the same routine at the property that I was at. So at this property, when we get out the truck, I know what I'm going to do. Okay, somebody else, which happened to be a woman who is a major troublemaker in our company. I don't even know. They had to pay me $1,300 in 2 weeks because she made a false allegation against me this past winter. It came back that she was wrong. They paid me the money. Okay, try to stay away from this person, but somehow Satan has allowed us to be right back on the same crew together. Okay, and her brother leads the crew. So that doesn't help because he's not a disciplinary. He's not a leader. Okay. And they are Edom, by the way. They could be closely related to Haman because that's how they both act. Like they just want to set up gallows and dig ditches for you to fall in. But nevertheless, so I went back to this field that I cut by myself, which is the major part of the property. I come up this ramp that I can't see anybody cutting the rest of the area because I'm not in the residential area that I just got through cutting. So I come up and I cut this little field, and yeah, it did look like it may have been hit with a lawnmower. So what? What is it gonna hurt? I go over the same lines, the same direction. I come up off of it. I see that girl staring at me. I go to the back of the property, notice that the rest of the property is cut. I did not know that we had 4 people using lawnmowers. Normally it's only 2. So I'm looking around like, oh, that's done. That's done. Okay, well, it's time to go blow, do whatever we do. Let's wrap it up then. Okay, I get back to the truck, and this woman walks by me and another one of the crew members, it says, mumble something under her breath. I didn't even know what the hell she was saying. I wasn't paying attention. I'm getting water. She starts to yell at me that I cut the yard that she cut. I'm like, okay. I did not raise my voice, Yasharala. I said, this is how you handle it? She's screaming in this property, like across the like a block distance. She's screaming at me over cutting a small patch of grass that was always assigned to me to cut. So I didn't even raise my voice. We at work. I was just like, this is how you handle it? And I told her, I'm not even going to allow you to get petty with me like this. She was like, oh, it's God. It's God doing this. This is okay. I'm like, what the hell is wrong with her? And basically, she called me a drunk, which I never drink at work. If I drink, that's my prerogative. I don't drink on the clock. She called me a drunk, and none of this led me to excitement. I told her, look, this world has too much going on right now. You know, whoa, whoa, 3. I didn't say that, but I'm not going to allow your little petty actions to move me. So she's screaming, she's hollering, she's telling her brother that she's had enough of this. I should have been paying attention. She's screaming at everybody. She pulls the other crew member over and told him that I had been following her everywhere she went and cut. Y'all, that was the only plot of land, which is tiny, that I even attempted to touch that had been cut. I had been doing my own job. I started it off and I did exactly what I do every week. So he corrected her and told her that there's no way that I could have been doing that, because he had the major proportion of the property to cut by himself. Okay. And then we go to lunch. Her and her brother, they stay there at that property instead of go to lunch with us. This is how petty they are. She wants to get a ride away now. So we get in the truck and we like, dang, brother, told you it's crazy out here. We both agreeing. We ride past the plot of land and he looks over and he pumps the brakes and is like, oh man, that's petty. I don't care. All she had to do is just come to you and tell you that she already cut it. You would apologize and it would have been over, instead of her yelling and screaming at you, calling you out your name and disrespecting you. Okay, so we pull off. I send up the curses to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. All right, now I'm gonna be. Yeah, remember I just said that. I'm getting back to these verses right now. All right, Salakia, bear with me. This is the book of Exodus 14, starting at verse 13. And Moses said unto the people, you so-called African Americans, Native Americans, Hispanics, fear ye not, stand still and see the salvation, Hawashai, of Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, which he will show to you today. For the Egyptians whom ye have seen today, ye shall see them again no more forever. Okay? So we know the current Egyptians now are the Edomites, all right? Because the Lord took us out of that bondage and promised that we would never go back to that. Okay, so the bondage that we are now is in spiritual Babylon over here in the United States of America. Okay, and wherever you really is Yasharala, you still serving bondage, because we're all under these curses of Deuteronomy 28. Okay, now here's my point. 14. Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai shall fight for you, and he does every time, and ye shall hold your peace. And that's exactly what I did. And please watch the Elder Hawaii video, because he's explaining to you, when two people get into an argument, nobody knows who's wrong, but the person who keeps their composure is the person who's right, even if they could be lying to you when and I learned that in Great Millstone. When a brother came at me with an accusation and I snapped off, I didn't handle it right. I wasn't under composure. Okay, so it makes you look like the fool. So this time I kept my composure. I didn't even raise my voice to her. I told her that what you talking about is too petty. You're not on my level. I'm not coming down to that petty crap talking about screaming at you over a piece of yard. Now I'm going to lunch, okay? Now what I did do is get in the car and throw up them curses, okay? I'm going to get one more verse right here, because I threw up them curses. Then I can't wait to tell you what happened. I can't wait. This is Deuteronomy 28. and 7. Yahweh Bashim Yahushai shall cause thy enemies. Yeah, we got them. Psalms 139. Don't I hate thy enemies with perfect hatred? Don't I count your enemies mine? The water Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. Yahweh Bashim Yahushai shall cause thy enemies that rise up against thee to be smitten before thy face. They shall come out against thee one way and flee before thee 7 ways. Okay, so now we're at lunch, and me and my crew teammate, we're discussing this situation. He's like, I hope she called the supervisor on you, because she came and justified how she just disrespected you. I'm like, oh, you know I do. I don't bring nothing to him because he never handles the situation correctly anymore. So now I just take everything to the Most High. I don't even waste my time talking to him because he has no understanding when it comes to correcting situations outside, cutting a yard or trimming a yard. If it's something that he has to deal with that is outside landscaping and it's personal and it involves employees or whatever, you're on your own, okay? But I'm not, because Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushua, the water Abba. So lunch goes by, and we're both in agreement that we hope that she was stupid enough to call the supervisor, because that's how she is. Well, sure enough, we pull up, and the supervisor is there, and I'm like, he's like, I know you happy, because it ain't even much for you to do to defend yourself. You didn't do anything wrong. She just totally disrespected you. So to make my point, I'm sorry. We get out the truck. He already cut out. He didn't even have nothing to say to me. He just he picked her up. He picked up her, the disgruntled employee, and her brother, who is the crew leader, was still there. He didn't have nothing negative to say to me. He didn't say shit. He just said, we got to blow off this property and leave. My mother and my son was just in a car accident, and my son has been injured. And we got to get this truck back to the shop, or I would have went with them. And I was like, well, so, you know how Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushua do it, just because he did touch them. He touched both of them. He touched what matters to them during the time that I was at lunch praying, that I put up them prayers. The Lord is not playing. And remember, she mentioned the Lord too. That's the second time I've seen judgment come very swiftly when you play with the Lord. I don't even know what made her do that. It wasn't like I was sitting there preaching to her. She just out of broad day, like, God made me do this, God. I'm like, what the hell? So, okay. So that's how quick. And remember, I told her, this is too petty of a conversation. There's too much things going on in this world for me to be tripping over a piece of grass. Okay, if you would have came at me the right way, you would have received an apology. Would I like doing more work than I have to? But anyway, let's keep it moving. So, Dawada Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushua. Proverbs 18 and 10. The name of Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushua is a strong tower. The righteous runneth into it and is safe. The rich man's wealth is his strong tower. Your possessions, where the Lord says, set up not your possessions on earth, where rust and moth does enter, where thieves do enter and break in. Okay? Shit, health fails, and all that rich don't mean shit. The rich man's wealth is his strong city, and high wall and his own conceit. Okay, before destruction, the mind of man is haughty, lifted up high. Pride go up before destruction, and before honor is humility. And that's the state that Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushua wants to find his servants in. Humble down to him, fearing him. Okay, knowing where the salvation comes from Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushua, not from my pockets, not from my status, not from my muscles. Okay, nothing I can't beat my way up out of this. Okay, that's coming up out of Jacob's trouble. I can't sprint my way up out of Jacob's trouble. I have to pray and have faith in Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushua up out of Jacob's trouble. All right, this is the book of Psalms 23. Oh yeah. Psalms 23 and 4. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil. Bad times, bad times in paleo. For thou art with me, thy rod and thy staff, thy comfort me. And we gotta carry this mentality. All these fights ain't our fights. Once again, I didn't even acknowledge to get loud with her and start screaming. We up in the rich neighborhood. Instant way to lose your job. But yet they keep on putting up with her folly. This woman had done been in it with at least five crews, maybe crew members, but crew leaders, crews threatened to leave, had been getting rides since last year, halfway through the day to go home, not liking this. When she's not mad at nobody, she's sick, illy sick. So it's some type of drama that consumes. But hey, there be spirits created for vengeance. So shit, hey, she's just doing the will of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. Now on my part, I gotta do my part and overcome Satan's look. We're not ignorant to Satan's devices. That's one of them. Her mouth, her mentality, her bipolar or whatever you call that shit. Okay. So one more time, this is Psalms 23:4. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, and this is King David speaking of the United States of America through prophecy, I will fear no evil, for thou art with me. Thy rod and staff, thy comfort me. Okay? That's right. The Wadi Yahweh Shem Yahushua. And I just want this to be a quick hit. And once again, I don't want Ratazah. I'm gonna leave a link to Elder Hawad's video. Please watch it. And it even make more sense of the video I'm doing now. Maybe it won't sound like I'm babbling. Okay, this is the book of Ephesians 6 and 11. Put on the whole armor of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, that ye may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil. Let's get that. Against the wiles.
Strong's G 3180. Methodiah.
Cunning art, deceit, craft, trickiness. Okay? Look, see? It comes from every angle, all right? So put on the whole armor of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, that ye may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against rulers of the darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places. Okay? Spiritual wickedness. Okay? Wherefore take unto you the whole armor of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, that ye may be able to withstand in the evil days, the times we in bad times, and having done all to stand. Stand therefore, having your loins guarded about with truth. And how do you get that? Through these words, through these scriptures, through these precepts, through the teachers set above us, starting with the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone and like-minded men, and having on the breastplate of righteousness, and your feet shod with the preparations of the gospel of peace. Once again, these scriptures, above all, taking the shield of faith, wherewith ye shall be able to quench all the fiery darts of the wicked. Now, was that not fiery darts? I'm minding my business, hum, cutting the yard, headed to lunch on the plantation. Somebody jumps at me like a fucking ravish animal for nothing, little to nothing. Okay, that's a fiery dart by far. You know, let's think about it. I could have went off and slapped the hoe and beat up her brother. For real, carnally. But nah, Yahweh Bashim Yahushua didn't take me there. Okay? So once again, 16. Above all, taking the shield of faith, wherewith ye shall be able to quench all the fiery darts of the wicked, and taking the helmet of salvation and the sword of the Spirit, which is these scriptures, which is the word of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. Right on. Okay, you know, I go everywhere with two swords. The New and Old Testament and the Apocrypha. So really one, the 1611, but in two different, two different books, two swords. Okay, plus a little something, but that's neither here or there. We talking about spiritual. Okay, and take the helmet of salvation and the sword of the spirit of the Rakah, which is the word of Yahweh Bashim Shai, praying always with all prayer and supplication in the spirit, and watching thereunto with all preservations and supplications for all saints. So don't just pray for yourself, pray and watch out for all the family. We in this together. And with that, I pray that this has been edifying. Shalom.